Hello, it's the Reluctant Rambler, and today we'll be walking from Windsor to Egham on the Thames Path. This is a 7-mile walk, and we'll be going through the historical area of Runnymede. Coordinates can be found in the video description, and we'll be starting our walk today at the Boatman on Thameside. On the left hand side of the Boatman, next to the Thames, you'll find this gateway. Just go through the gate and follow the path straight ahead. At the end of the path, we now turn to our left onto a private road and just carry on straight ahead. Continue past the pumping station towards the Stanley & Thomas boat builders. When we reach Stanley & Thomas boat builders, you'll see a path straight in front of you. This is not the correct way to go. You'll see a crane to your left with a launch area. You need to go around the side of the crane and you'll see a stile right in front of you. Go through that, and that will lead you onto the correct pathway. We now come to the railway bridge, and we just want to go through the arches, then to your left into Home Park. Now we reach Home Park, just follow the footpath which leads alongside the Thames on the left hand side. And here we have Windsor Castle, originally built in 1180 by William the Conqueror as a modern bailey. Over a period of time the original walls were replaced by stone fortification. And here we have Victoria Bridge, which we need to cross to go to the other side of the bank. Originally built in 1851, supposedly with help design from Prince Albert. It was damaged in the Second World War by tanks, but the central span wasn't replaced until 1967. There's no actual pathway up to the road, so you need to cross the grass and head up roughly where that bus is now, and you'll find a gate which takes you onto the footpath beside the road. After crossing the bridge, on the right hand side you'll find this gap in the fence which leads to some very steep stairs which will take you back down to the Thames pathway. Now there is a signpost here marking the Thames Path. Coming down the stairs, we're now on this small dirt track beside the Thames again. The path now brings us out onto the Windsor Road, and we now need to go to our right here. There is a signpost on the opposite side of the road, and we need to cross over to the footpath. The side finishes very quickly. We continue along the Windsor Road. At a later period it changed its name to the South Lee Road. After about a mile and a half, the footpath on the right hand side suddenly comes to an end and swings into the trees and goes up the pathway beside some fields. There is a house back opposite this one here, and there is a signpost in the other side of the road which says public footpath pointing across to the gap. So go through the gap and turn to your left and just follow that pathway along beside the fields. And we now come out backside the Thames again, which is just to the right of us on the other side of these bushes. We continue along until we come to the bridge that takes the South Lee Road across the Thames. We go under the arches and the pathway then turns off to our left. Go up onto the bridge, which we now need to cross over. Cross over the bridge to the other side, where we will find these rather steep steps leading back down onto Thames Pathway. And we've now reached the rear of Windsor Lock. The actual lock itself is a bit further upstream. Now this footbridge will take us over to Ham Island. Ham Island was created in 1822 when the part of the river we've been out beside called the Cut was built to help straighten out the river for navigational purposes. And we've now reached Old Windsor Lock. The original name for this area was actually Top Caps, and the original lock was built in 1822. The present lock, which replaced it, was built in 1957. At the end of the cut we rejoin the original Thames, and we have Line Island. This is the remaining island of a number of small islands which have been removed over the years to help with navigation. And here we are, just looking up from the top of the cut back up towards Windsor, or Windsor Lock, and Ham Island, with the Old Windsor Lock small weir on the side. And we now just continue on down the Thames Path towards Egham. And after a while the pathway comes up onto the straight road, which is actually not particularly straight, so I'm not quite sure why it's called straight road. We carry on footpath to the end of the straight road, then we take the first road on our left, which is Windsor Road. There is a signpost here, just across the road there, which points to Egham, being 2 miles away. After following the footpath and turning to Windsor Road, we have now reached Runnymede, of course famous for the signing of the Magna Carta. And here we have a sign saying this is the site of the Magna Carta, which it isn't. Just carry on down the footpath a bit further, past the visitor centre. We now come out to an open field. We need to actually cross the road where we go into another field where we will find the JF Kennedy Memorial and Magna Carta Memorial. Crossing the field, the first thing we come across is this piece of artwork called the Jurors, which was put up in celebration of 800 years of the Magna Carta. Following the pathway across the field, the first thing we come across is this gateway which takes us up to the John F. Kennedy Memorial. As soon as we go through this gateway, we now have actually entered United States territory. This is the only part of the United Kingdom which actually officially belongs to the United States. As soon as we go through the gate, we go along this pathway up a fairly steep hill up to the memorial itself. And this is the memorial itself, given to the people of the United States of America from the people of Britain in memory of John F. Kennedy. The actual land covers 1 acre. After you come back down from the John F. K Memorial, turn to your right and walk a little further down along the fence line and you'll come across the Magna Carta Memorial. Magna Carta, also known as the Great Charter, was signed on the 15th of June 1215 by King John and his barons. John managed to get it annulled by Innocent III, but in 1297 it was brought in as part of England's statutory law by Edward I, and it's classified as one of the great documents of history. After visiting the Magna Carta Memorial, just head back across the road and continue along the Thames Path. Reaching the edges of Egham, we now go through this fence line and we just walk along the bank across the grass here on the other side. Now come across this statue of Elizabeth II, which was put up in 2015 in her honour, and on here we have a mention from the Magna Carta which says no freeman should be taken or imprisoned, stripped of his rights or possessions, outlawed or exiled, or in any way impeached or proceeded against or prosecuted except by lawful judgment of his peers and by the law of the land. We continue along the bank on the grassy area until we come across this pathway, which is marked with the Thames Path, and next to it is a building of the Waverley Skiff and Punting Club called the Waverley Dragons. Just before we reach Belweir Lock, there's an interesting pumping station. A lot of these Victorian pumping stations were made look like castles and so on. And we've now reached Belweir Lock, originally built in 1817. The present lock actually dates from 1904. It was originally called Egham Lock, but was changed name to Belweir Lock after the name of the first lock keeper here, called Charlie Bell. We've now reached the end of our walk. If you found this video useful, please give a like, it helps the channel. Thank you for watching.